here for another book launch. Woohoo! It's so exciting to be here with you guys today. So congrats. It is book launch day. We're going to get stuck right in. We are talking about Business Gold, second edition book launch party. Everybody's here. And I'm just so excited for this. Everybody, please say hello. Tell us where you're joining from today, and we'll get stuck in. So how about before we get stuck in, why don't you quickly introduce yourselves, and then we'll start talking about the book. So let's start with you, Michelle. Just a quickie, who you are and what you do, and then over to Lynnaire.
Thank you, Jillian. And thank you so much for throwing another Vegas-style party for us. I can't believe we get to do this a second time. So Michelle J. Raymond, based here in Sydney, Australia. So it's bright and early and nowhere else I'd rather be. So I am the creator of LinkedIn Dream Teams for B2B businesses who want to grow. And, basically for me, I'm in love with selling on LinkedIn. So for people that are struggling with that, I love to help them. And also company pages are kind of my jam. It's my thing that I got known for. It's how Lynnaire and I ended up here, not just once, but twice. So yeah, excited to be here. And thank you again for hosting for us. Over to you, Lynnaire.
And thank you, Michelle. I'm Lynnaire Johnston. I'm a Kiwi, if you couldn't tell from my accent, and I'm absolutely obsessed by LinkedIn. I live and breathe it, and I absolutely love helping people to achieve their professional goals using the power of LinkedIn. So I'm also the author of a book called Linkability, 4 Powerful Strategies to Maximize your LinkedIn Success. And of course, the very proud co-author of Business Gold. And Jillian, thank you so much for hosting our Edition 2 launch party today.
I'm so excited and it's also one day before Michelle's birthday, and she's always got to have a birthday party. So we're here. We've got balloons, and we've got confetti because it's a book launch party, and you just got to have confetti. So here is what we're talking about today: Business Gold, second edition book launch party. I'm going to kick it off with my first question for you. I encourage other people to pop in their questions too. Go ahead, pop those into the chat. So my first question is to you ladies. Why did you need a second edition? Wasn't one enough?
Absolutely not. We decided, Michelle and I, that the conversation about LinkedIn has changed in terms of company pages. Janine, when we first mooted the idea of writing a company pages book back in 2020 it was, we really decided that people didn't like company pages all that much. And we found that there was a really big gap in the market in terms of LinkedIn books because people didn't know about pages. They didn't understand the need for pages. And we were very well placed at that point to be able to write something to fill that gap, because Michelle is an expert on company pages on LinkedIn. And I was lucky enough to have heard her on a podcast talking about it and thought, I want to write a book about company pages with that woman. Got on a Zoom call, persuaded her. It took all of 15 minutes to agree to write a book. And then a few months later, there we had one, Business Gold Edition 1. And now look at us, on to Edition 2, because the conversation's changed from why would you have a company page to how do you really maximize the value of a company page. And Michelle's a pretty good expert on that one.
I love it. And speaking of experts, you're off to do some expert stuff associated with, promoting the whole company pages and the need for this book as well. Where are you heading to soon, Michelle?
Oh, thank you for asking. I'm off to Social Media Marketing World to speak at the conference. I'm going to do my happy dance. So off to San Diego in February. So for anyone else that's attending, if you haven't bought your ticket, please reach out and ask me for my affiliate link. Every little piece helps. But I am so excited because I'm literally going to go and share how you can use your company page to help with business growth. Because, I don't see the point in hanging out on LinkedIn unless it's just like a hobby or something you do for fun, unless those sales keep tracking up and you're attracting the right kinds of opportunities. But I just want to bring back something like Jillian that Lynnaire said in our story. When she says it took 15 minutes, that's actually not a lie. I had never spoken to Lynnaire. I hadn't hardly even interacted with her posts. I knew who she was, of course. We, have such similar circles. But when we got on that Zoom, it literally was, hi, I'm Michelle, I'm Lynnaire, chat, chat, chat. Oh, by the way, I've got a question for you. Might be a little strange, but would you like to write a book with me? And 15 minutes, not even lying, I've known Lynnaire. And my brain goes, is she freaking kidding me? Like, what did she just ask me? And I'm like, huh, does she know I've never written a book? Blah, blah, blah. And my head went into this spin, but my mouth went, of course.
And we had such fun writing it. It's been an absolute
Oh.
dream run. Michelle's brilliant to work with. And we really had a good time. It helps, I think, too, that we have one or two other things in common, like gardening, and also potentially enjoying a G&T on a Friday afternoon when we had our meetings. That helped quite a bit.
And then,
Oh, but
am I correct in saying that even though you're both down under, you haven't, you are in separate countries and you have never physically met in person, correct?
No, but
That is
Michelle will be coming to New Zealand very shortly, I'm sure. Everybody comes to New Zealand at one point or another. And so I'm just expecting that she'll be here sometime, I don't know, in the next little while anyway. If she's going to
love it.
San Diego, surely she can come to New Zealand. We're just across
Surely.
the ditch.
Surely. Okay, so here's the next question. What's changed from the first edition? Because obviously, things are always changing on LinkedIn. So obviously you felt a need to update it. So what kind of can we expect as some of those changes?
Look, I'm going to answer this one because when we wrote the first edition, it was literally to help people understand pages. And I'm going to say in 2021, pages had only really just started to find their mojo, which is crazy when you think LinkedIn's been around for 20 years and we're writing the world's first book on company pages in 2021. Like, it is just mind blowing. And I feel like the features were still kind of new back then. LinkedIn had grown their teams. But fast forward 2 years, Gillian, there was just so much in there that has changed as far as new features, layout changes, what things are more important. Like, can you imagine in the time since we wrote it, even things like company page newsletters are new. Like, now we probably think they've been around forever, but I remember I got to write the first LinkedIn company pages article just in the last couple of years. And, newsletters weren't that long after it. So there's lots of things that I think we take for granted that literally have come out just in the last 2 years. And we saw a huge overhaul with the company page admin layout. So I think LinkedIn have done a spectacular job of that now making more logical sense, that you can find things. So that was great to see. But I think the other thing is Lynnaire and I have changed in the 2 years. We've learned so much more in the 2 years, just as much. And, when I was preparing, as you mentioned, going to San Diego next year, I was like, we need to make this book to make sure it's the best reflection of company pages and both of us, of how much we've evolved. And it's just been crazy how many features we had to update. I kind of underestimated that a little bit when what was it, 6-8 weeks ago, I said to Lynnaire, hey, I'm paying you back for that 15-minute question. How about we rewrite? But I think it's important because there is no other resource for people that have often just had the company page dumped on them. Hey, you look like you kind of know what to do with social media because, I don't know, they posted on Instagram once. And then it's like, ta-da, here it is. And we all know LinkedIn doesn't do a great job of sharing. So, yeah, it's certainly been a worthwhile investment. And I personally was even still surprised at how much had changed.
Interesting.
And not only that, the day after we got the book up onto Amazon, Gillian, there was another change, a very big change that I'm really thrilled to see, but it happened after we got the book live, I think this happened last time too, almost to the week after we put out edition 1. I'm fairly certain there was another big change. So I think that there's a spy somewhere within our organizations, Michelle, that's feeding back to LinkedIn. But anyway, this new feature yesterday is adding the featured section from our profiles onto company pages. So you can now set up a featured section on company pages. And I think that's a great idea. It's still in its infancy, so it has some limitations, but I'm really pleased to see it. And I bet Michelle is too. I bet it's been on her list for ages for something that she wants to see on company pages.
I love
It
that. I love
sure
that.
has.
And if anything, to be honest, it's kind of like shoveling in a blizzard. It's like it's never going to stop. But on the same token, maybe that is a validation of why the book is needed. Because obviously LinkedIn is taking company pages seriously. If nothing had changed since the first time you did the book, we'd be like, but the very fact that there was enough that you needed a second edition, now maybe going to be needing a 3 in 2 years from now, you'll need a third edition, and this is going to go on forever. But you think about it, and it's like maybe this means that company pages are becoming more and more relevant. And the naysayers go away, because obviously it's not true, or LinkedIn wouldn't be adding new features, right?
Yeah, to that point, we've noticed the conversation on LinkedIn where, as Lynnaire shared, a couple of years ago, people thought we were the crazies. And, we are a little bit. I'm happy to own it. But the fact was there was value in company pages. It was Lynnaire's idea to write the book. I came along for the ride. And ultimately, I think that book, Business Gold, when it came out, I'm proud that we changed the conversation around company pages. We don't talk to people now around why they need one, because that's back where we were. Don't even worry about how to use them. We had to get people on board, and that's not a conversation we have now. And I think that's the thing I'm most proud about with the book, is that I personally believe, and people can fight me for it, that we changed the conversation around company pages. And I'm going to take that and I'm going to stick my stake in the ground and bring it on if you think anything different. But we don't see the chatter on LinkedIn anymore about people saying they're a waste of time. Yes, we still have the issues that company page reach does not perform the same as personal profiles. Newsflash, never was intended to, and I don't think it's going to get any better over time. But we also discussed in the book strategies to get around that. So the smart money is on people that give it a read.
You're so right. You're so right. I love it. I love it. So it would be silly if I didn't show where to get this book. And then afterwards, why don't we go take some comments, questions, because I am asking people to pop their questions in. So I'm going to show where to get the book. And let's see if I can pull that up. There we go. So you can get the book on Amazon. And I love this, that you guys have thought of everything. And you actually have a link here that goes to your local Amazon, meaning you're the viewer, the audience. It's like if I'm in the United States, or I'm in the UK, or I'm in, I don't know, where else, Spain, France, Italy, Germany, wherever. If you use this link, it will open up your choice of going to your local Amazon store or to Barnes & Noble. So you can either use the link or go get your trusty dusty little cell phone and just scan that QR code right in. So before we do, I was going to ask you, what do you want to add in, Michelle?
Yeah, look, sorry to jump in there. So the one thing that I'd say to anybody that's joining us live, as with everything, as much as we want everything to run smoothly, the Kindle version, second edition, is up live, and it's available to purchase for anybody. The paperback, Amazon, our friends at Amazon, decided that they're holding up the approval process because the text on our spine was 0.0025 of a millimeter too big, like not lying. And so it hasn't been approved. So please don't buy the paperback just yet. Drop a comment below, and Lynnaire or I will reach out to you and let you know as soon as it goes live. I would hate for people to buy the edition now and then have the new one come out, in a few hours' time. That's the expectation, that this thing's going to be sorted, imminently. So from that, but the good news that we have is that Lynnaire and I have made it so that if you supported us on the first round and bought a Kindle version, those people, it will automatically update on your Kindle, the new version. You don't even have to buy it. That is how crazy we are. It must be like Thanksgiving, Christmas, or those G&Ts we had on the Fridays.
Gotta love that confetti, ladies, because it is so true. It is so true. That's marvelous. And it's so funny because before the live, I went to Amazon and I went, oh, I can't buy it. What's happening? What does this mean?
Yeah.
It's because I already have it on the Kindle. So woo-hoo-hoo.
Yeah. And so with the paperback, the way that you can tell it's live, it'll have second edition up the top. And, you know, whilst we made every attempt, Jo, our publisher, has been up till 1 a.m, 5 up again at 5. Like, she has moved heaven and earth to try and make it happen. But the gods at Amazon haven't quite supported us. But hang in there. Please just drop a comment. We will reach out and let you know as soon as it's live. And if anything happens for someone, I'm sure we'll sort it for you guys, because we want everyone to have a great experience. And some things are just out of your control. So that's life. But thank you to everyone that, you know, so many people supported us in that first round, Lynnaire. It was crazy. So
became a bestseller. It was astonishing. Isn't it funny that a book about such a niche topic can become a bestseller simply because so many people do want to know about that, and there was nothing on the market for people to refer to. So it really did fill a gap in the market. So I'm really pleased that we've had an opportunity to update it and update the conversation and the information that people need to know, because you're right, LinkedIn has changed a lot. LinkedIn company pages have changed a lot in the last 2 years. I mean, they say that the only constant is change, and that is certainly true when it comes to company pages on LinkedIn.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we have Marcello, who has like a million comments, and we love that he is here. This is fabulous. This is fabulous. Saying hi to everybody. And we love the party in the comments. We always love the party in the comments. We've got Cher here, launch party time. I love it. I hope everybody's just, you know, toasting with coffee, tea, champagne, whatever floats your boat, toast away. Because this is a wonderful celebration. I'm so happy for you that you just have all these people showing up here with confetti and stuff. So we have Yolanda, congratulations, watching from Texas. This is a worldwide live, guys. We've got David coming in from Texas. We got, what's with Texas today? We've got G coming from Texas. Many congrats. Isn't that fun that you have all these people from Texas? They like Las Vegas things. You know, we got Formula One going on today. So we got all sorts of stuff. Sue says, I have my pom-pom shaking already. So, we just love Sue and her pom-poms. That's awesome. Jam. Sorry. David. Jam. I love it. G says, first edition is fantastic and thrilled for the second. So, you know, that's a great testament to you ladies, because everybody's saying, okay, I want more. So this is wonderful. Cher says, hello ladies, tuning in from Dunedin, New Zealand with coffee.
Dunedin,
and it's cold.
Dunedin.
Oh, is that how you say it? Okay.
Yeah.
I should not bother saying names, places, anything. I always mess them up. I can say NYC. That's joining us from NYC. Thank you. I love Marcello. He's so funny. Yippee. Pro tips and balloons. You don't get better than this. Okay, we got a question. Biggest update from volume 1 to volume 2 that those getting up and running need to immediately be aware of? Good question, ladies. What do you think? When it comes to company pages, what's the biggest change that people need to be aware of with company pages?
I'll let Lynnaire go first, and then let's see if
Okay.
I'm channeling my inner Lynnaire. Let's see if we come up with the same.
Thank you very much indeed. Well, you've already mentioned newsletters, and I think that that's really been a major game changer on company pages. But one of my favorites, I know biggest isn't favorite, but favorite is, this is our party, and you know, I can really say what I like. So I think that one of the biggest advantages of company pages now are events. And you can hold events, both LinkedIn Lives and also audio events. Now, when we wrote edition 1, LinkedIn Lives had really started to gain a bit of traction. And now, of course, they're everywhere and we're all holding them almost every day. And now we can have audio events as well. And there are some definite advantages, I think, in terms of holding events from company pages. Now, Michelle's already mentioned that reach from company pages isn't quite what it was or as good as from profiles. But if you've got a medium-sized company, the ability to hold events from pages, I think, is a real marketing winner. And that's because you can have your team members, you can have your senior leaders, you can have guests, clients, suppliers, anybody either join as guests, be guests on the on your events, be in the audience. You can structure your events around those people and organize them for specific groups of people. And I really believe that that's going to be the way of the future, because audio, and I know that you're going to agree with this one, Gillian, audio on LinkedIn is so important, and video is right up there, the two of them together. And if I think one of the wishes I have is that we could combine the two, audio events and lives together on the one platform would be absolutely amazing. As it is, we've got LinkedIn Lives and we've got audio events, two separate things. And once LinkedIn allows us to have replays on audio events, I think that they will just skyrocket in terms of being used on pages, because I think the fact they build up into a nice little library that sit on your page and show what events you've had is really good value. It's great publicity, it's great marketing, and it's great branding. That's just a win-win-win all the way through. So for me, my favorite is definitely the addition of audio events to company pages so that it matches or comes up together with LinkedIn Lives for them. I think they're both excellent.
Awesome. Awesome. Anything you want to add, Michelle?
Lynnaire, can I spoil the surprise for Gillian live on air? Is that all right, about what we added to the book?
You can. Go on then. Go on. Just because I like you so much. Go on.
Well, we have a surprise for you, Gillian, because when we updated Business Gold, as Lynnaire said, there is so much to be said about LinkedIn events. And what we're talking about is LinkedIn Lives, of which you are the queen of LinkedIn Lives. You are the person that makes some video easy peasy for people. And your latest book that came out, Confidence on Camera, we thought was such an amazing resource for people. We have made sure we included it in Business Gold in that section so we can refer people across. So it's a little way that we say thank you for all of your support. Well, we just thought it was such a brilliant resource that whilst there's features and functions on LinkedIn, if you don't have the confidence to use them, then that's, might as well throw them out the window. So from that perspective, we want to say thank you. We love you. And we hope that's a special surprise for you.
Oh, that's a brilliant surprise. I love that. I love that. And it does my heart good, because I truly believe, just like you guys, the community behind LinkedIn audio and LinkedIn events, it's huge. It's wonderful. And I agree that, like, the idea that on a company page, you can have multiple people taking care of the hosting, that is a game changer. I think we would all love that. So we just need a TV guide, but thank you so much for including me.
It is my pleasure. I think the thing that I notice has changed, to kind of go back to the question, is I think the admin layout is the biggest change that's happened. So where you find everything is now on the left-hand side in the menu there. The thing for me that I would encourage people is to use the book to almost go back and do a bit of an audit of your page setup. There are lots of little things that popped in that you might not have completed. And if I had $1 for every company page that doesn't have an updated about section, I think I could retire. And so it's the little basic things that you might have overlooked because you went, oh, blah, blah, company pages, who cares? But the book's going to step you back through things so that you get it set up right. Why? You get up to 30% more weekly impressions on a company page if your page is 100% complete. So we have every incentive to put that effort in. But I think the layout changes is probably the biggest thing that's happened in the last couple of years, as well as the events. So they're the two areas that I think I'd look at most.
I've got one more. I've got one more, and that is the ability to be able to invite 250 connections per month to follow your page. And that's a great way to be able to grow the page and, of course, get more views. And, of course, before, when we wrote the original book, it was at 100 per month. And so now there's 250, and some of your team members can also send 30, Michelle, right? That's 30 invites to their connections a month too. So it's very easy to grow the size and following of your company page quite quickly now. And I think that's been a massive game changer in the last 2 years too.
I love it. I love it. And I like that there seems to be more of a cohesion between personal profiles and company pages, just with the way they look, with the email. I like how they go back and forth. That's a new feature that probably is. Did that make it into the book? The whole bit about the
Direct
email?
messaging? Yeah. So
Yeah.
direct messaging company pages was something that was on the predictions list, you know, in the previous book. And to see that come to life, I'm excited. I think it's, you know, obviously in the very early stages, and rolling it out to company pages that have multiple page admins will be like the real game changer. Because I think the benefits of this is mostly for the bigger guys. But essentially what happens is you can now directly message a company page on LinkedIn. So no more contact us, go to a website, fill out a form. You can do it all within LinkedIn, which, you know, is a great place, because I know with a lot of the bigger brands that I've spoken to, kind of global brands, they often have the problem where customers complain, can't get through to the customer service team. And so they just start blasting stuff on socials to try and get a response. And this, we're hoping will get it out of the comments and into somewhere more private that it can be handled in the right way. So yeah, exciting to see. And, you know, even things like commenting as your company page, that's brand new since we wrote the last book. It's so crazy to think that all these things we take for granted are here now.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Here's a long comment. Hi, Lynnaire and Michelle. I'm ecstatic by attending this party from New Jersey. Thank you for hosting this awesome book launch live event. So it's really wonderful. I'm sorry, Meryl. We have to make sure we say people's names because we love to hear our names. David says Lynnaire ass. Yes. Paul says, congratulations, everyone. You just have so many people just rooting for you. Alcohol is a great creativity stimulator. We love that. I love Annette. She says it like it is. So poor G, her comments are going wonky. So we'll just jump that. Okay. Is the new update including relevant issue from volume 1? So do you want to tackle that question?
Well, absolutely, because of course one of the main parts of volume 1, or edition 1 really, was about how to set up a page. And Michelle's already talked about the benefits of making sure you do have a page set up correctly. And so we have indeed made sure that that is still in edition 2, but with the updates that we've been talking about, because there have been some new additions to pages, including things like work commitments and values and some other ideas that I think that are really important to some sized companies. And so being able to include those in the setup is really an important aspect of it. So we certainly haven't lost those details. They've been really critical for people, because everybody who looks at the book and reads the book will be at a different level. Some people will never have tried to create a company page before, while others have been doing it for a while and have got experience with a company page. So we wanted to make sure we tried to cover all bases with the book, to make sure everybody who had questions about company pages would have those answered in what we were writing about.
Love that. And Lois is sending her congratulations over from England. So we just love that too. Now, just a quick question. So I just want to make sure. Okay, just wanted to give a shout out. This is the link for the book. I'll show the graphic again in the middle in the minute, but this at least tells you where to get the book. But also too, I want you guys to know that you can, if you want to connect with Michelle and Lynnaire's company page, this is Michelle's LinkedIn company page, which is company. So basically, they just need to know the B2B-growth-co, right? And that gets them in there. And then for Lynnaire, it is link-ability-New Zealand, or NZ for New Zealand. And I think this is really important because this shows you want to have that custom URL. So you want to think that through. So for anybody who doesn't have a company page yet, that's probably an important thing is, can you change that? Like, can you decide, I don't want that URL anymore? Is that changeable?
It absolutely is, because mine went from Good Trading Co. to B2B Growth Co. So when I rebranded, that was the amazing thing, that I didn't have to start again from scratch. I think I would have cried if I needed to do that. So as long as nobody else has the URL, it's yours. So from that perspective, there's lots of things that you can do, all within LinkedIn, all in company page admin view. Like analytics is native, you get a lot of detail in there. And it's just exciting to see, like I said, people starting to use it. So anybody that is looking to buy the paperback version of the second edition, please make sure you just put a comment in the like down below, so that we can reach out to you and let you know when the second edition is live, and our friends at Amazon have given it the tick. So just in case anybody's joined the live after our last announcement, Amazon's just being a bit finicky, and we hope to have that resolved soon. If you want the ebook version, go for it, buy it. You can see the cover will have that second edition up the top, so you'll know you're in the right place. So thank you for everybody's patience. As much as I am a perfectionist and would have loved that to be perfect, there is nothing that we can do about it. So serenity.
We can't control Amazon at all. It has its own little brain doing its own little thing. And again, if you already have the Kindle edition, happy birthday to you. You just got the new update for free, and it's automatic sync. You should be able to just go into your Kindle, and there it is sitting there waiting for you. And you'll always know you're in the right edition by having the second edition. And I have to just say, ladies, I so appreciate that you didn't decide, well, we're going to have edition 1 up there and edition 2 up there on Amazon, because a lot of people do that, and it's very confusing, and you realize, oh, I bought the outdated one, and then they make the first one cheaper. I appreciate that you said, no, we want to have the best information out there for everybody. So I commend you for that. That's good marketing, and that's just good business. That's good business.
I think we were just committed to helping people. Like, that's what Lynnaire and I have in common, which is what makes this project so easy to do first and second time around. And, the commitment to us is we wrote the book to help more people get more out of their pages. I don't think we wrote it to become millionaires. I would love for that to happen, but that's not how this thing works. It is literally a piece of us that we give to other people to help them. And, from that, if you'd like to work with us, both of us offer LinkedIn training services and profile optimizations and different things along those lines. So please, if you enjoy the book, but it's not quite tailored to your personal business, reach out to one of us. And, it's time to set yourself up for 2024. And, the book is a taster. Like, we couldn't put everything in there because it'd end up an encyclopedia. And I remember we were very committed back at the beginning going, we're not making this thing the world's longest book. It's as long as it needs to be for you to get everything you need to get started.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Okay, so we've pretty much come to the end of our 30 minutes. Always a good sweet spot for lives. Lynnaire, and then I'll send it over to you, Michelle, for a close. Lynnaire, any parting thoughts you'd like to say to everybody today?
Well, thank you, first of all, Gillian, for hosting our launch party today. It's always a pleasure to work with you, and I just love the way that you help everybody with video at all kinds of levels, and particularly now with LinkedIn Live. So much to learn about those. Also, I'd just like to say thank you to Michelle for making the process of writing edition 2 so easy. She really is an absolute gem to work with. And if you're thinking about setting up a company page or doing more with your company page, then yes, I absolutely urge you to have a look at the second edition of Business Gold, because it really does have a lot of nuggets in there, gold nuggets even, to help you to be able to do that, because it really will help you with your branding and your marketing if you have an impactful company page on LinkedIn.
Awesome. Awesome. Michelle.
I just want to shout out to Lil and Joe, who are the 2 other people that help us bring this project to life, in the background. So without them, this doesn't happen, because there's no way in earth that we could have got it done in such a short time frame without both of their help. So, absolutely grateful to them for their support and bringing this thing to life for us. But I also want to say thank you, just, obviously, Gillian, heartfelt thanks to you as always for your support. We appreciate you. We hope you enjoy your little surprise. And I want to say, like, I'm seeing so many names over in the comments that are familiar faces, some new to me, but those people who keep showing up, every time we hold events like this, when we have launches, those people who are part of this community, like, I really appreciate all of you. Like, it lights us up to know that you're there, because without an audience, this thing's, it just doesn't have the same vibe. So I appreciate everybody for their support. We hope you love the book as much as what we do. And, it really is something that we went back and said, what do you need to know for the next 2 years? Because I think we're going to be back here again in 2 years. Can we just book that in your calendar, Jillian?
We're doing it. We're doing it. I got the balloons and confetti. I will be here for you each and every time. Always, always. You guys,
thank you.
Present. You're a present.
Lynnaire's now rocking in a corner going, a third time? Really?
Oh, bring it on. I'll be ready. I will be ready. And happy birthday.
It just challenges LinkedIn. It just challenges LinkedIn. Come on, keep on, and if you guys have to keep writing books to make LinkedIn give us new features, that's a pretty good trade. We like that. We like that. Okay. That's super. Okay. Well, we'll say goodbye, everybody, unless you guys have anything else you want to add. But if we're good, we'll let everybody get back to your lives. And please go check out the book one more time. Let me just show it to you. Here's the call to action. Go check out this book. Go to the website here, getbook.at/businessgold. Or go ahead and just scan the QR code with your phone, Amazon or Barnes & Noble, and you've got it for you.
And if you want the paperback, just comment below and I'll let you know when it's ready. So that's the small tip, depending when someone came in. Second edition paperback version isn't quite live on Amazon. So please just comment below. Lynnaire or I will reach out to you and let you know straight away. But ebook people, go for it. It's yours. We hope you love it.
That's awesome. And do remember, guys, leave a review. Reviews are amazing. So please do that. Leave an Amazon review. That is social proof. The more reviews we can get out there, the better. So just wanted everybody to know that. Leave a review. Yes. And with that, we'll go ahead. We'll play our Dancing Elvis one last time and we'll head on out. Okay. Bye, everybody.
Bye.